If you're doing testing for a laboratory, with a laboratory, make sure every test that they're giving you on a report, they can evaluate with acceptable limits. If a laboratory is telling you to do coliform testing on food or plate counts and you're doing sandwich making, they're just ripping you off. There's no reason to do that testing. Every test that they're telling you you should do, you ask to know what the acceptable limits is. Get references from other food producers who are using them, or ask them for names of other similar food producers. Make sure the laboratory has the expertise to assist you with troubleshooting. Will they come on site? Okay. Get copies of sample reports. What do the reports look like? How easy are they to read and interpret? Do the reports show MU? And if it doesn't, will you provide MU on a report? Okay, and this is, we're just about done, but this is basically what all laboratory reports look like. You've got first section, which is the date received, time, process, whatever. Second part is the methods that we use for the different tests. We actually state the full method name rather than a code, which you then have to go to a laboratory to get it. Then there's a body of your report and the results, your legend saying, CFU stands for colony forming units, less than, etc. Any interpretation that's on a report, you've got to give a reference to where that interpretation is. For some people, we've actually worked with companies who've got their own internal guidelines. They don't follow the Food Standards Code, they don't follow the compendium or any other standard. They've got their own internal, and therefore we can use, and that's what they want on the report, ticks and crosses, so we have to reference their own standards. But we can do that. If you come up with a combination of what you want, we can plug that in and put acceptable limits. And what you're looking for on every report that you ever get, it's got to have an NADA endorsement on it. Doesn't have a NADA endorsement, it's not worth the paper it's on, let alone the results. Not going to stand up anywhere. It's useless. Okay, if you look at that first bit, you've got the, when you collected it, if you gave us that information, the time delay between processing and how we held it, and as I said, with ours, we actually state the methods. Here's the body of the report, and you can see with all of our plate counts, we actually, in the sample description, place the number of days and incubation on the report, so you know it meets the Food Standards Code. Okay, and although it does create problems because we get customers to ring up and go, "You held my sample for 3 days at 30 degrees before you tested it. Why?" And we go, "No. That's what we hold the culture plates at. It's not what we do with your sample. It's the incubation temperature of the plates." And we give MU reporting as well as ticks and crosses on the report. And the good part about that is when your quality control officer's on holidays, someone else reads the report. As long as they're getting all ticks, they know they don't have to do anything. They don't have to go and compare it to some standard or guideline. Okay. Bottom part, your legend and all the rest of it, measurement of uncertainty. How we classified the food. And this one was a ready-to-eat food. All the components are cooked, but some handling will occur before sale or consumption. And then the reference to that down the bottom.